Welcome to the series of Living Through Gita, where today I'm going to touch on the final lesson that I took away from the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Karma Yoga, before we move on to the fourth chapter. So, just as my previous videos, I'd like to touch on a few real life examples so that we can take away the essence of what Krishna is trying to tell Arjun, of what Krishna is trying to tell you and me. Swami Ramtirth, he was a mystic saint in India, and he was very famous, very popular, not only in India but even across the world because of his spiritual journey, because of the spiritual awakening that he had, and he was an enlightened soul. So one day in his travels to America, he was very well respected. He went to places where he was given a lot of respect, everyone looked up to him. One day he went to one such place in America where a few people, not the majority, but a few people did mock and laugh at him, and a few notorious ones even threw some stones at him. So that evening, Swami Ramtirth, he got back to the place that he was staying, and there were a few locals around him who were accompanying him in the journey. So he told them that आज राम को माला भी मिली और आज राम को पत्थर भी मिले. He said that today Ram got showered with a garland and Ram got showered with stones as well. So the people around him said that, Swamiji, you mean you got showered with the garland and you got the stones as well? So he was like, नहीं नहीं, आज राम को पत्थर भी मिले और आज राम को माला भी मिली. Today Ram was the one who got the garland and Ram was the one who got the stones. So the people around him were baffled and they were like, Swamiji, what are you trying to say? You were the one who got the garland and the respect, but you are also the one who got the stones and the disrespect from those who didn't understand you. So that's when Swami Ramtirth said that when I was getting the garlands, I was only the observer. And when I was getting the stones, again, I was only observing. This is exactly the philosophy that Krishna is trying to touch with Arjun, is trying to tell you and me that it's very important that we do our karma with the attitude of being an observer, not having the karta or the doership attitude. And that is the key to do our karma without being entangled in this world, without repeating the cycle of birth and death. One such similar example, I'm sure you all know about Rahim. So Rahim he had a very big heart. He has a very big heart, and he used to give a lot of charity, a lot of food to the unprivileged. So whenever he did that, he always had his eyes down. He never looked at who he was giving the food or the charity to. So when he was asked why does he look down, he says, देनहार कोई और है, देवत है दिन रैन, लोग भरम हम पर करे, याते नीचे नैन. Rahim says that I am the giver of the food or the charity, but I am not the true giver. The true giver is the Creator. The true giver is Krishna, who's constantly supplying day and night. But the people around, they are in the Maya thinking that I am the giver. And that is why, with a lot of humility, I have my eyes down to remind myself that I am only the medium. I am only the nimit for this entire work to happen, for the entire karma to happen. So this is exactly why Krishna tells us that keep doing your work, but try to be an observer. So whenever you're doing your work, if I'm shooting this video right now, I have to constantly remind myself that I'm not the one who is giving the content out. I'm only the observer. I'm only the nimit to get this message out. So similarly, in your day-to-day life, whatever karma you do by your thoughts, by your speech, your words, your actions, constantly remind yourself, because we are not used to that, right? We were not told about all this when growing up. So if you constantly remind yourself that you are not the doer, you are only the nimit, you are only the observer, then you will slowly start following the philosophy of karma to not entangle yourself in this cycle of birth and death. Think about this life, this world, as a bridge that we have stepped on to go from a place where we've lost ourselves to the final destination of Krishna, of knowing ourselves. However, we knew that we had that purpose in our life before we stepped onto this bridge called life. But as soon as we stepped on this bridge, for some of us, it's 100 years, some of us is 70, some of us think that we're going to be on this bridge for 80 years, but our journey on the bridge finishes unexpectedly at 30, 35, some at even 5 years, some even as soon as they step on the bridge. So for all those of us who are on that bridge called life for how many ever years, because of the Maya, because of the three modes of material nature, we forget the true purpose of life. We forget that there is a destination that we have to reach, because of which we start building houses on this bridge. Think about it. That is exactly what a Vimud Atma, a foolish person, does. So Krishna reminds us through Arjun in this 3rd chapter of Karma Yoga that don't be the one who builds houses on the bridge. Use the bridge efficiently to reach your destination. Because if you don't use Karma Yoga through the wisdom that he's giving us, we will constantly keep coming back on the bridge without ever reaching the final destination. And think about it, you always have to start, from square one to step onto that bridge. And as soon as you move a little, you think that, okay, this is the perfect place to build 3 houses, 4 houses, 5 houses. This is exactly what I need to do, without ever thinking, without ever reflecting that what is the purpose of me being on this bridge? I need to cross it. I need to reach a destination. There is a purpose of life. The purpose of life is to meet our soul within, is to walk through that door of karma inwards to meet ourself, and not think of this gross body as ourself. So through the 3rd chapter, Krishna tells us that surrendering, Atma Samarpan, doing your karma every day with the attitude of being only an observer, not being affected by either the good that comes out of it or the bad that comes out of it. And how do you do that? By Atma Samarpan. If I'm surrendering my work to Krishna, anything good that's coming out of it is his lookout. Anything bad that's coming out of it is his problem. When you truly start believing in that, your perspective, your attitude towards the situations in life, be it small or big, will start changing. You'll slowly start progressing in that bridge of life to come closer to the destination of Krishna. So with that, I'll see you in the next video of the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And I hope that with the grace of Bhagavad Gita, your and my life becomes more Krishnamay. And with that bhav, I surrender today's video and the content at the lotus feet of Shri Krishna, Shri Yugal Sarkar. Do subscribe to the channel if you want to enhance your journey within, and don't forget to share this video with everybody around you to remind them that they are not on the bridge to make a permanent home there. They're on that bridge to reach a destination. Until next time.